What up, folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the SH Monsterarts Godzilla vs. Kong. That's right, my Zillions. They are here after months of waiting and speculating how good these were gonna be, and all kinds of things, problems we, as fans, have had. Maybe not me personally, because I got to see it at the Tamashi pop-up shop, and I thought it looked alright. Yeah, it's good that it's finally here, so we can really do a proper check on it. Because Kong, man, he was the star of that movie. You know, I hate to tell Godzilla fans, but Godzilla was second fiddle to Kong in this movie. There's no doubt about it. Kong was the star of the movie, and you know, I really want a really good figure representation of it. Is it this one, though? Despite what I said about the Tamashi pop-up shop? Well, let's do the review and find out, shall we? Kicking things off with a little box art nerd, and we'll do both Godzilla and Kong's boxes together, showing them as one because, you know, they connect. So it looks nice as a one whole piece, even though I'm doing a review separately. Don't mind that you can see this video twice. But this chunk of video. They do look good. Both of them are really nice. I love how they connect. This is a nice display if you want to put them behind your figures. The product shots are really nice. The logo is really good. I like the blue for Godzilla, the orange for Kong. Very nice, very clean. On top, you get little windows. On the side here, you get Godzilla with writing above his head. You get Kong with writing above his head. And on the other side, you just get Godzilla from Godzilla versus Kong. Kong from Godzilla versus Kong. I don't know why they had to say that. You get a little bit of Kong there. You get a little bit of Godzilla there. And on the back, you get the window boxes, or the front, I don't know. I think these are backs. You get the window boxes here, which is cut out. Very, very cool. I do like it. Very monarchy. And then you would have the products on the inside. You get the product shots that we've seen before on the side there, and that's the boxes. So not bad, not bad. Articulation on Kong. Head is on a double ball peg. Moves around pretty good. You got the neck. That moves around pretty good. Not bad at all. You got this upper body joint, which is pretty decent. Breaks the skull up like crazy. Skull? It breaks the skull island. The sculpt. It's oddly there's an oddly placed joint, floating piece here. So it's very tough to get him to go completely far back, but he does go forward pretty well. You get the waist joint, which works nicely. Back up here, you get a joint in here, which kind of acts as a butterfly joint, as you can see. And then you could swivel it around and stuff, move it outwards. Then you got a joint in the bicep. You got a double jointed elbow, which is nice. You're going to be able to rotate that a bit as well. And then you have a ball joint with it's just a ball joint. Kind of moves around. Double ball joint there for all the wrist movements. Pop that back in because it will come out. Does a full split. Kicks forward, kicks back. You can rotate that leg, rotate that thigh. Double jointed knee. Then you have a ball joint up in here at the ankle, so you can do some nice ankle rocking in there. And then you have a toe joint as well. And that's all the articulation. But it's good, and you actually can get them in a lot of poses. You will have to finagle pieces here and there so it doesn't look like he's got holes blasted in him. And you're going to have to watch out because, like, his joints fall out because it's an SH Monsterarts, and that's what they do. But, yeah, I feel like the articulation actually feels really good on this guy, so it's kind of fun to pose around, that's for sure. For accessories, we get a lot of hands, which is very nice. On him now is a fist hand and one of these holding hands, so he could hold his axe. Here's the other fist hand. very nicely sculpted. Then you got these really open hands, so he could do some slapping or whatever he might do. I don't know, just standing there with his arms down. Again, very nicely done. And then you get these hands, which can be used to move Kong forward. I haven't really tried it, so why not try it now? So we get these hands in. And everything actually seems like it works, goes in pretty nicely and easy. So, you know, you can do that. Get him into position. Probably works better with the other head, but you know, he could be growling like this. So, you know, do one of those. Where are you? Do one of those. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that works. And here's that alternate head that I was talking about. I know which face this is. They went very specific. I'll start by saying that. They went very specific with these two faces. I've, you know, looked it up, and I know what face this is. It looks good, kind of. I feel like it's too skinny at the actual facial features, and then it's very glossy. Both of them are too glossy. I don't know why they did that. It's a bit of a bummer, guys. The eyes are painted well. You can see it in brown. And the features do look good. He's got a very stoic look to him. The fur detail is very nice, but too glossy. And, you know, this head would look better in this position, I would say. So you could, you know, do one of those. And the way they have it on the box is with that body kind of a little bit upwards, doing something that I find very hard to do on this figure. I guess that works. I'm probably never gonna have him like this. The great thing about this Kong is how he stands upright most of the time. So, yeah, the face is good. It's not bad. You know, again, I've seen the pics, and I've seen where this comes from. So it does look fine. The paint is okay, except for the gloss. But the gloss, man, it really bothers me. And real quick, before we move forward, this is how he looks with this head kind of just standing upright. It's okay. I get what they're going for. It just doesn't look quite right to me. The way it just sits on there, it's a little bit odd. You know, the way he stands is a little bit odd, to tell you the truth. But I get it. I get what they're going for. It's not the head I would have wanted, to tell you the truth. But it's a good generic head. But again, too glossy. And finally, we get the Dorsal Fin axe. Definitely Dorsal Fin. Definitely Godzilla's skin on here. Or not this Godzilla, but a Godzilla, I would say. And that looks pretty good. The Dorsal Fin itself looks really nice. You know, you can see it's all lit up. Power going through it. But it's not like, you know, completely to the edges, which is a little bit too uniform in my opinion, but it looks good. This bone here holding it looks really good. Don't know if that's a Godzilla bone or not. I'm gonna assume everything is, but painted fairly well. And the whole thing isn't bad. It feels a little skinny, but I don't know. I think it works. I think it works. And, you know, pop it in this hand here, which is kind of an oddly shaped hand, but, you know, he's not human. He's not human, guys. Hand went flying, Kong went flying. But there you go there. Put that back in. Like so. And yeah, I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. It's Mothra. It's a head of some sort. You know, and you have him jumping. I think that works pretty well. Bringing Godzilla. I'm looking up. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's decent looking for sure. I mean, You know, the preferred look for this particular Kong is going to be with this axe and with this head. In that regard, I think it looks pretty good. Alright, so let's look at this guy in full. The proportions are pretty decent. I do have to say, you know, is it amazing? Not really. Is it perfect? No, definitely not. All the cuts in the joints definitely hurt it a little bit. And the positioning of some of the floating pieces make it a little awkward, but I mean, all in all, I think it looks really good. I'm not a big fan of this hand. Gotta get it off. It's bothering me, guys. Go with the fist hand. And it looks good overall. I mean, body shape, I think looks pretty decent. I think it's properly Kong in the body, for sure. I don't really have a problem with it. I mean, he might be a little hunched, but I was looking at pics before this. I think Tamashii did a decent job translating Kong. Again, I wish they didn't go so specific with the heads. Let's look at this head, shall we? It's a good screaming head. You know, he screams multiple times. But this is definitely a jumping and screaming head. And overall, I think they did it right enough. The eyes look good again, very nicely done. You can see that they use their digital tech on there, the way it shines. And that's what might the overall gloss here on the face be. But it might be that, but like, I don't know, it's just so glossy, guys. And that's a problem. You know, I wish it wasn't so glossy. Because the sculpt work is pretty good, and the paint is nice. You can see the different paint here on the bottom of the beard. But when you look at him on the side, I feel like he's got very big overbite here. Definitely for sure, it comes out a bit too far. And that might throw it off as well, but it's not terrible. You know, I do like this head better than the other head. That is for sure. You know, the teeth look very nice. The tongue looks good. You know, I think it looks good. It just might be a little bit too out. And the nose might be a little bit too flat there. And there's a really good close-up of it. It's not bad, though, you know? It's not terrible. I like his eyebrows. They're painted nicely. Well, that one painted a little bit different than that one, but you know what? Doesn't need to be symmetrical. Hair looks good. The head is good. It's just too glossy. It is my biggest complaint, and it's, you know, it does come outward a little bit. It's a little weird. It's like, I think... Okay, I'm just gonna talk about this before we continue with the rest of the body. I could see where Tamashii got these heads from, right? I've looked at the pictures, and I see what they did here. I understand the pics they chose for portraits here. Except I feel like it's not representative enough of GVK Kong. He has so many more iconic looks in this movie. He has so many better expressions than these. Like the scene where, you know, he just gets back up to fight Mechagodzilla and he's all pumped and, you know, he pops his shoulder back in and he's like, roar! You know what I'm talking about. Like, that's the most iconic look in the movie for me. So these guys, they're good, but I feel like it's not representative enough of Kong for me. They're good, but they're not completely Kong. They're Kong, but I don't know. I just feel like, you know, Bandai hasn't done a great job representing Kong, either in the premium Bandai line, the movie Monster series, and now this. While these probably look the closest, it's just not that iconic Kong look that I would have wanted. Chest looks good. Let's move on. The chest looks good. The scarring there looks nice. It is very glossy, but it works okay. The rest of the fur looks pretty good. There is a little bit of a wash to it, so it's not so bad. You know, it's here and there. It's here and there, but it is there. You see some dark spots and lighter spots. And, you know, the fur detail is very nice. The arms look good. I like his muscles here, they look really good. I like the fur on the back of his arm there. That looks good. We've seen his hands. They look pretty good. His back, nice and furry. You do get this, you know, weird piece here that just, it does look odd, you know. The way they shaped it looks odd for a floating piece, and it does get a little flat. It's got a little butt. The legs look pretty good. Small legs, but they're proportionally decent, I think, you know. Again, you know, with these, you just have to maneuver things in the right place. You can see the black wash more on the legs, I think. I think that looks pretty good. And then the hands pop off again. This isn't as bad as, like, the Monster Hunter stuff, though. Man, that was... Those two figures got me so down on Monsterarts, guys. You can't even believe it. The legs look pretty good, though. The feet are nice. I do like them. Glossy, but they work. We saw gloss a lot in the new NECA too, the new version of that. But they look good. They look good. The bottom of the feet look nice. And all in all, I do think this Kong does look pretty good. Stomach looks good. All of that. Let's give you another round of detail here just so you could take it all in. Man, take it all in. I do like it. Overall, I think, oh my gosh. I do think it looks okay, and does it look the part enough? Yeah, it does. I mean, it's still Kong, and, you know, from the 3 Kongs that I've done here this year from Bandai, this is definitely the best of the 3. But I wish it could have been a little bit more. One more head sculpt, guys. Or just a different head sculpt, and you would have done it. You know, you would have done it for me. But all in all, this is, you know, it feels good. It's a good feeling figure. So there's a lot to consider with this one, and I feel like this is going to be one that either I like more, you know, with age, or I don't. But, you know, you want to see the review right now, right? Not 6 months down the line, which happens with a lot of my other reviews. For size comparisons, first up, here's Godzilla and Kong together, so you can see how they scale. And I think that works pretty fine. The preferred Mechagodzilla with either one of these two right now is the movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla, so here's how they all scale together, and I think it looks pretty good. Mechagodzilla should be taller. Bandai was very wise in putting this out at the same time as the SH Monsterarts as a placeholder for their SH Monsterarts Mechagodzilla. Here's Kong with some other Monsterverse monsters you might have in your collection. And, of course, we cannot have a Kong comparison section without a Kong group photo. Take it all in. This is just some of the Kongs in my collection. And just in case you were wondering, here he is with the SH Monsterarts Peter Jackson Kong. So you can see he's a lot smaller. And my final thoughts. It's a good figure. It's a good figure. You get some good accessories here. You get the axe, which looks really nice. You get a lot of different hands. And the figure itself feels pretty good. Yes, things pop out here and there, but, you know, that's going to happen with Monsterarts. Lots of ball joints, all ball joints. My only problem here are the 2 portraits that they chose for head sculpts. You know, for one thing, the gloss has to go. That is terrible. I don't like it at all. They gotta change that if they give us another Kong. I'm sure they can give us another Kong. But I really need another head sculpt, guys. I think you should... while they look good, they look fine, you know. Their roaring head overbite notwithstanding, I think it still looks good enough, and they look like Kong. They're very scene-specific, and even though what I want is scene-specific too, I feel like they left more iconic looks for Kong on the table. And this could have been a better Kong had they chosen different head sculpts. Maybe they just got, you know, here's what you could choose from, and obviously, probably they didn't get to see the movie yet. They hadn't seen, well, now they, you know, the majority hasn't, but they probably haven't. And, you know, once you see a movie, that's the problem with a lot of figures, right? And once you see the movie, you can understand what certain expressions do and, you know, what certain things do. So, you know, when you make figures so far in advance, you really don't get that, you afforded that that ability to judge one look from the other. So these are the ones they chose, and they do look okay. So it is what it is. Overall, I do think the figure is pretty good. I do like it. So I'll leave it at that. All right, but now that's all I could do. Will it be a top 10, top 20 figure for me? I don't know yet. It depends. It might grow on me a lot. There's a lot of play value to this one, that's for sure. So I'm going to leave it at that. You guys let me know what you think down below. And please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out.